Amen.
We have all kinds of testimonies in this house about that. As Dad always says, we may be small, but we are mighty, especially in our testimonies in this house.
Amen.
We got Dad, we got me, Mom, myself, James. We got all kinds of testimonies. We could have a whole service just on testimonies.
Amen.
We really could. That's when you think about it on Father's Day, and our Father being everybody's Father, that'd be a pretty good sermon just with that. To give honor to Him. But I'm gonna start this out a little different. I'm gonna start with just a couple verses and see if y'all can think before I even tell you, because it's gonna lead right into it. So we'll start with Psalm 103 and 13. As a father shows compassion to his children, so the Lord shows compassion to those who fear Him. Ephesians 6 and 4. Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. Proverbs 20 and 7. The righteous who walks in his integrity, blessed are his children after him. Colossians 3 and 21. Fathers, do not provoke your children, lest they become discouraged. A big one here, Proverbs 4, 1 through 9. Hear, O sons, a father's instruction, and be attentive, that you may gain insight, for I give you good precepts. Do not forsake my teaching. When I was a son with my father, tender, the only one in the sight of my mother, he taught me and said to me, let your heart hold fast my words. Keep my commandments and live. Get wisdom, get insight. Do not forget, and do not turn away from the words of my mouth. Genesis 18 and 19. For I have chosen him, that he may command his children and his household after him, to keep the way of the Lord by doing righteousness and justice, so that the Lord may bring to Abraham what he has promised him. And lastly, Proverbs 22 and 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, even when he is old, he will not depart from it. So my theme, since this is our year of promotion, is promotion to fatherhood. See, we know this is our year of promotion, promoting God, Jesus, our ministries, and the body. But how many of us ever stop to think about being promoted to fatherhood? How many of us even think of being a father as a spiritual and godly promotion? Do you know there are over 100 verses, like I just went over, in the Bible just about fatherhood? So let's get into it a little. And I won't be long before you today, so everybody can enjoy whatever fatherhood festivities they had. This is going to be a Minister Erica message, short, sweet, to the point, and hopefully good though. So let's get into it. Fatherhood is not just a chance happenstance. It's a promotion and a privilege. Yes, it's hard, frustrating, annoying, and a pain sometimes, most definitely. I can speak as a son. I definitely was a pain many times. And, it's, fathers have patience, so do mothers. However, if you ask any fathers if it's worth it, and without a hesitation, they'll say yes. It's also one of the most rewarding, fulfilling, amazing, and loving honors there is. And I use that word purposefully. I say honor because it truly is an honor, blessing, and promotion to be chosen by God the Father to be a dad or father. See, think about it for a moment. God says many times, in many different ways, that all of us are His most prized creations. Therefore, He specifically chose each and every one of you fathers and entrusted you to love, raise, teach, and promote His most precious and prized creations. You ever stop to think about how much of an honor He bestowed upon you to do that? What more promotion could there be? See, as earthly fathers, let me ask you a question. I already know the answer. But would you trust your child or children to just anyone when they're growing up? Exactly, no. So think about how much more God must feel this for his most precious creations. And he, out of all the billions of people on this planet, on this earth, specifically again chose you to be in charge of the soul of your child or two. Nobody else. And we know that it says in the Word, he knew us before he formed us and before you were in your mama's belly. So that means out of all you fathers, he specifically chose you to have Rez, to be in charge of that soul and raise her up. Pastor was specifically chosen for Jasmine and Malcolm. And Malcolm chosen for Nara. Jason chosen. All of you were chosen.
Yeah.
And each one of you are his most precious creation, and each one of your children are his most precious creation. And he bestowed upon you the honor to watch over them, guide them, and raise them up. Like I said, if that's not one of the best promotions there is, I don't know what else there is. So, I can't think of any other higher spiritual promotion than parenthood. And you ever stop to think, like I mentioned, that God specifically chose you to raise your child or children? Do you think about it in the way that he had me just put it out there? Because for me, when he gave me that, even though I have yet to be blessed as a father, I found that kind of mind-blowing to think about it from that point of view. It's not just a blessing, but it really is a promotion. And see, on this Father's Day, be thankful to be a father. Let's not also forget to honor our father and thank God for all the blessings and promotion to fatherhood, if you're one of them. And if your time of promotion to fatherhood has yet to arrive, well, be thankful for the promotions and blessings that God's already given you. Be thankful if you still have your father, if you know your father. As there are a lot of people out there who do not know their fathers, or have been called home to be with the Lord already. See, and be thankful even if you might not have had a, quote, good father. As that too is an example of how to not be or how to be a father. People look at me funny when I usually say that and ask me how can I make that last point. And I refer to and tell them it's like the tale of the twin brothers. One brother is a productive, loving, wealthy family man. The other brother has been in and out of jail, an alcoholic, drug addict, homeless, and so on. And when they interviewed them and both were asked why they were the way they are, both answered the same answer. Because their father was an alcoholic and drug addict. See, they both had the same father, but they used the situation differently. One used it to motivate to do better, while the other one used it as an excuse to not do so great. So again, even if you had a not so good father, it's how you look at that situation. He was still an example to you of how to be or not to be a father. You can use any situation that God puts you through and gets you through for his glory. It all stems from the Father, though. So you see the responsibility and honor God has bestowed upon you by promoting you to fatherhood. I know our fathers here today are amazing fathers, and I pray that this has, like I said, kind of made you realize as you go on about the day, and everybody has their Father's Day plans and cookouts or meals or surprises, that it's not just about earthly celebrating of being a dad. It's about the spiritual celebration of the honor and promotion that God bestowed upon you by allowing you the privilege of being a father. And that's the thing that we all have to look at, is fatherhood is just that. Not only a promotion, but it's a privilege. He doesn't choose everybody to be a father. He chooses specific ones at his specific time for his specific souls of each of your children. So it's, like I said, when he bestowed this upon me, and I was trying to extend it, but I was like, well, Lord, if that's all you're going to give me, that's all you're going to give me. So hopefully it was, like I said, short, sweet, to the point. Everybody can go out and enjoy the plans they have for Father's Day. and you know, give some food for thought about just how thankful you should be and how much of a promotion it is and a privilege it is to be that father. So, and just remember that God chose you to promote to fatherhood and take care of His most prized creations. So continue doing that, because I know everyone in this house does that. So, and for anyone out there that maybe is needing some help with that, just reach out to your pastor, or reach out to, you know, church friends or family, and we're all here, or should be here, as the body to help one another and give advice where advice is asked. And again, we're all part of one body, so you know, a rising tide floats all boats. So if you're having struggling issues, or you think maybe you don't know how to be a good father, reach out to someone that you think is one. I guarantee you, no matter what you see on the outside, everything looking good, those fathers have the same challenges and situations that you're having. They just have been able to work through it, or you know, been blessed to be able to know how to respond and work through it. So reach out and get help. There's no shame in that. It's better than trying to struggle your way through it and maybe being one of those dads that lead by the not so good example. So I would rather you reach out for help, get the help you need, pray, and be one of them good example fathers, because it's going to be an awesome experience for you as well. And with that, I'm done. Everybody enjoy your Father's Day.